Everybody's dabbing in the chat. All right, cool. Um, all right, here we go. Free sketches for backers. All right, welcome to probably this is like the sixth or seventh night that I think I've done the free sketches for backers. Um, if you're tuning in just now, you missed out on me goofing around on the guitar, and and I like to affectionately call it Boomer the Musical. And here we are. So anyway, um, I just we're going to do tonight. We're going to be doing a few, probably a couple hours. I want to be careful because it's a weeknight, and we don't want to stay out too late with all the coronavirus quarantine. What do you call the uh, curfew, so to speak. Um, Mark Anthony says, Boomer the Musical was great. Thank you, buddy. Very kind. Um, so we're here. And if you are new to the stream, I see we got a few people in here that aren't in the chat. We have Jeremiah Jones. We have Roscoe Davis. Fire. A little bit more dabbing. Okay, cool. We even got some, looks like cobras or some kind of snake or something like that. And we have Gotham Knight. All right, cool, man. Hey, everybody. So, again, tonight, the only thing that will get better reviews is DragonGuard. Thank you, Roscoe Davis. Really, really appreciate you guys' enthusiasm, man. So we're here tonight, and for everybody that is watching, checking it out. I'm sure there's a few other people streaming right now. I know on Twitch, I'm probably going to say this and everybody's going to go running, but I know on Twitch, Jim Lee has just decided tonight he's going to stream and do a live stream, I think. So it's all kind of crazy. If you run and go see Jim Lee, I'm not going to blame you because, or maybe you're opening another window and checking it out, but checking it out. Yeah. Excuse me. So anyway, if you're new to the stream, here's the basic gist of what I do when I do my free sketches for DragonGuard backers. Is all you have to do is, if you haven't heard of it, but I will fill you in. DragonGuard is a fantasy comic that's kind of in the style of 80s cartoons. I'm a big fan of like 80s cartoons like He-Man, Thundercats, what have you. Dungeons and Dragons, that was a cool one. Thundar the Barbarian, that was also a cool one. So I'm a fan of that kind of stuff. And my book is on Indiegogo, my comic book, and it's called DragonGuard. And if you don't know me, if you're just checking it out, I've been a penciler in the industry, working for Marvel, DC, Dynamite Comics, or Dynamite Entertainment, Image Comics. I've done, a few little small projects for them or through them, and also IDW. Pretty much you name it, I've probably done something for a company. I've done books like G.I. Joe. I've done He-Man, or at least I did one little small He-Man project. I've done Army of Darkness, Black Panther, New Mutants, Thor, Legion of Superheroes, Generation X, all kinds of fill-in issues. I've done like little short runs on Legion of Superheroes, which was like 9 issues, 3-issue run, then a 6-issue run. I did 4 issues of co-penciling on, I'm trying to think, JLA Rise of Arsenal. I've been a penciler for Marvel Comics Creative Services Division, which handles a lot of things like custom comics for businesses, like big businesses. A lot of times they'll do also packaging art for toys and games and SpaghettiOs and whatever else you want to say. So I've been around for quite a while. Like I said, about 25 years, 24, 25, maybe 26. going on now. So Gary is streaming. Yeah, yeah. So there's quite a few people streaming. So I might be competitive. Yeah, Roscoe Davis says Nova. Yep, I did 3 issues of Nova, which I really loved. I wish I could have done more of that. My editor kind of left Nova, and that I didn't have that connection anymore. He went out to the West Coast and worked for Marvel. That same editor works on Love It or Hate It. Is working on the Crystal Dynamics Avengers game. So you know, he's handled some of the animation stuff, and he's also been part of the game division. Excuse me. And so I've done tons of little projects. I worked on Vampirella for Harris Comics. I did 6 issues of that. R2D2 for life. Have you worked? R2D2 for life. So this is your first comic break? No. I've done tons of stuff. I'm sure you're probably just joking about it, but yeah, I was just listening off a long stream of creative things that I've done. I worked for tons for Marvel on primarily a fill-in guy. Like I did fill-ins on several issues of Generation X. I did a X-Men Extreme X-Men: The Savage Land miniseries with Chris Claremont. I worked at CrossGen for a little while. Anyway, so to give you an idea, that's my kind of my resume. I've done Black Panther, Thor. You know, just go. I even did a Thor movie tie-in for the first Thor movie. So so anyway, I've done tons of stuff. Anyway, my point is you know, you can expect some quality work from my Indiegogo campaign. So go there. In the description is the link for the Indiegogo campaign. Also, some kind moderators or people will drop some links in the chat also if they get a chance to. I don't know who will jump in, but you know, I tell you what, I'm just going to do it. Why not? Because he's a good soul. I'm going to make Mark Anthony a moderator, and I'm going to make Roscoe Davis a moderator now. And anyway, if any cool good soul decides to drop in and put in the link there, I'll try to, let me see if maybe I can do it. I probably can since it's my channel, right? So, boom. There we go. So there's a link for DragonGuard. Hopefully that works and takes you there. Anyway, go to DragonGuard. Long way around. Thank you for everybody who's here right now. Go to DragonGuard, back it. Once you back it, you check your email. They'll give you a backer number. You drop your backer number here in the description, and I will draw you anything you want. So it's that simple. You get a free sketch. R2D2 for life says, I got your Alita sketch frame today at Hobby Lobby. It looks great. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, man. And that's the care you took in respecting just the, you know, the small sketch that I was able to do. I really appreciate it. Putting your money and everything into getting that frame. Thank you. Jeremiah Jones. Shoot, why not? If I need one, you get a mod. Oh, Juan Del Diablo is here. Jeremiah Jones, just for the sake of, in case we need it, in case I need a backup, you are now a moderator. Yeah, I know. Well, our Hobby Lobby is a pain. Actually, I was going to tell you a little story with this whole thing. They had been closed. They had closed the store in my town, at least. I know. I mean, some people, I'm not sure exactly how all their situation was, but we didn't have a store open, and the one here finally opened. And when you get there, they only allowed so many people in the store, like 10 people at a time, or a small handful of people in the store. So there's a line in our town where we have the only Hobby Lobby around. There was a line out the door of people sitting there waiting to go in, man. So it's pretty crazy. The power, absolute power. Yes. Why not? I'm feeling in good spirits. Everybody's having fun. I figure if I have any problems, I can at least trust you guys to take care of it. And just dropping in links. Juan del Diablo, I found a website that makes custom-made frames. When I have a new piece, I measure it and then order the frame. They look quite good. Awesome, dude. R2D2 for life. Yeah. Alrighty. Now we're gonna have some arguments in the chat now. So anyway, here we are. And so while I'm waiting for the first backers, if you would like and share too, if you get a chance to, just hit the like and all that good stuff. And for the backers, just come in here, drop your backer number in, and we'll go. You know, if it goes a little slow tonight, that's fine. It's only going to be a couple hours, as long as you know. I've got like actual, I want to say 6 or 7 pieces of paper left, so there isn't going to be a whole lot of drawing tonight. Even well, that's still a lot, 6 or 7 pieces, but I'm gonna get the camera situated where it's not angled so badly. Okay, forgive me. We're gonna try to whoa. There we go. Let's get the camera going. Hopefully it won't get angry at me. Let's put the artwork here. Let it focus on the black lines. There we go. Got some focus. Jeremiah Jones, that beats my Burt Gummer sketch, man. You guys made an interesting night that night. I doing a few things I hadn't done, and well, you know, it's not so bad. I like doing likenesses. It requires a little bit more time and it requires a little bit more focus. I shut down the part of my brain in cryo sleep there when it comes to stuff that isn't likenesses. Anyway, everybody out there, we got 9 people watching and we got 6 people thumbs up. Everybody, if you can, like and share. That will help. It'll get a few more people in here. Let us know about us. I do realize there's a lot of stuff going on possibly tonight on YouTube, so it's not going to be a big deal. So what I'm going to do, I guess I'm just going to jump right in and go. Hopefully my camera will stay put. I've got it rigged a certain way, so I've got it like with painter's tape and everything else holding it in place. We are trying to boomer the hell out of this thing. Eventually I can afford one of those decent swivel arms that everybody has, those really cool ones that everything goes well. The latest piece I got to frame that Elliot, yeah, Elliot's that I want to frame it. Yeah, I know he's probably not listening, but I'll give a shout out. I just got my He-Man and my Brave Star from Elliot in. So thank you, Elliot. I appreciate it. Everything arrives safe and sound, just in case you're out there lurking. Probably aren't, but if you are, there you go. And let's see. So also, if you happen to miss it, I goofed around on the guitar a little bit, and I use that loosely. Okay, Mark Anthony, my package arrived safe and sound. Yeah, awesome, dude. Cool, man. Yeah, just understand you've got other art coming. I know I don't want to piss anybody off or anything like that, but I kind of mailed the other stuff out at the same time, so I figured I'd drop you in and just start getting packages out there. Because if you're not familiar, the reason I'm doing the backer sketches is I'm trying to establish a little bit of goodwill here with everybody that's backing the book, to let them know that you can trust what you get from us, and that already I had things like metal cards. If you're not familiar, I had metal cards that I had test printed up, about 25 of them. And my family kept a few of them, and they were test cards. And the test cards, I put out contests and things like that and gave away metal cards. So, you know, I'm trying to establish, you get what I'm saying, but I'm trying to show everybody that I know it's a lot of these campaigns, they can go a little long, or they go a little longer than expected. And plus, you've got the virus out there. And I know for people like Mike and a few other people, there's been printers that had to shut down for an extended period of time because of it, because their workers don't want to go in, they don't want to get sick. And so there was like a 3-week shutdown on his main printer. So he went and found another printer, and those people are working. And so you can run into those problems. I don't want to be judgmental. There's some people in here because honestly, you know, with what people are doing, they may not understand. I know I've been in the business for a while, so I understand a little bit more personally than a lot of people know. But you basically got to hit the ground running. When you're doing crowdfunding, you have to hit the ground running being a publisher, and you run into a lot of things you don't foresee. That's why I wanted to take a long time and figure out my game plan. And even figuring out my game plan, there's still little hiccups here and there, but it's not going to be anything. I gave myself plenty of time. But my point is that I'm not going to rag on anybody, but I know some of these things can go long, some of them can be late. And for you, I want to show you that I am committed to giving you things and getting that stuff out there and getting them to my backers, you know. So anyway, that's a long explanation of saying, hey, I want to thank you guys for coming in and backing me. So what we're doing tonight, free sketches for backers, free. I can't do any better than free. If I take it, the only way I can do it any better is to give you money while giving you the sketches, and that's not going to happen because I'm too damn poor. So this is what I can do for you. I can give you free sketches. And I thank you, R2D2 for life. I appreciate it, buddy. And so I guess what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick a subject right now, and I'll start drawing. And then when we start seeing backers come in, we'll do all right. And right now we are sitting at, I don't have a StreamYard just yet, but we're sitting at around 25.5, close to that, something like that. And we're doing great, and I'm really thankful for you guys. One of our team members, Eric Weathers, is just killing it with Battle Brick Road. He is also approaching the 20s, or might have hit the 20 mark right now, or something like that, really close. He's doing fantastic, and Eric was, we talked, and he's going to be doing the letters, unless by some chance, you know, and it's fully understandable if he gets a little swamped, but that is the plan, and that's the agreement we have. So Eric is part of the team. Bob Stone is part of the team. My friend Alonzo Espinosa, who also goes by Pixel Tool, he is doing the colors on the book. Yeah, Mark Anthony says 25,489. Yep, exactly. Mark Anthony says, let's get up to 200% funded. Yay! Mark Anthony, 25,604. Holy cow. So somebody went in and bought something. Cool. Sweet. And thank you, Mark Anthony, for letting me know about that. No, Gotham Knights says Kevin Sharp, 405. All right, sweet, dude. Well, I just got started on a Wolverine, so here we go. We're for goofing around, so I can go ahead and shift gears here a little bit, and we'll get your character. So as soon as you think of a character you want, let me know, brother. Let me know. Thank you, Gotham Knight. I appreciate it, man. We lost a few people from the last stream. I don't know if my playing was that bad, but I don't see Wiggle Wiggle or a few other people in there, but that's okay. I imagine they'll come back in soon. But yeah, Gotham Knight, hit me up, dude. Let me know what character you want, and I will start drawing it. So yeah, for everybody was watching the stream, you ever do She-Ra? I have drawn maybe a handful of sketches of her, but dude, if that's what you want, I'm a He-Man fan. It's absolutely fine. So you want a She-Ra, I will give you a She-Ra. Oh wow, Jeremiah Jones. Holy cow, dude. Hey, Jeremiah Jones, I'll give you a sketch. Did you ever have that extra copy of Black and White by chance? I know you and I had talked about it, but I didn't know if you wanted to hold on to yours. I understand that because it's probably a gorgeous book. But I'll trade you a sketch for a copy of Black and White. That may not. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Juan del Diablo. I'll definitely get you that. The Wolverine. Let me finish that up, and I'll get that out to you. Oh yeah, and since Juan del Diablo brought that up, I know some people. I know Lindy Drury and a few other people had asked me to, if you have a preference, I will hold on to the artwork for you until your book is ready to ship. Like when the fulfillment starts, that's going to be out in October. Once fulfillment starts, I can mail the artwork to you, and if that's your choice. But here's the rule for everybody out there: you can back the book, but I won't ship the book until after the campaign ends, or I won't ship the. I'm sorry, not the book, the sketch. I won't ship the sketch until after the campaign ends because we had a little funny business with a few people. We've had a few, what do you call it, refunders, and I wasn't, it looked like they were playing the system, so to speak. So because of that, I was like, well, we'll wait until after the end of the campaign, so those can't play those games anymore. And that's not to be accusatory, but I know there's always going to be somebody who games everything, games the system. Let's see. Gotham Knight says you can put mine in with order. Oh, okay, all right, no, that's cool. Oh, R2D2 for life. Oh, it's all good, man. You have to expect it at some point. There's always going to be somebody that's going to bend the rules, or there's somebody that maybe has a grudge. They want to play games or whatever it may be. I'm not Comicsgate enough or some crazy, BS like that or whatever it may be. But somebody wants to play games, and I was expecting some of that to happen with it. It's no big deal. It's weird stuff. Whatever. Trusty sidekick. Hey man, glad to see you in here too. Cool. So we got 9 people. Zombie kebab, one bad apple. Yeah. I could complain about it, but what good does it really? I know you guys don't want to hear it, and what can you do? You expect it, you go with it. So there's about I would say if we're keeping tabs, I won't say who or anything like that, but there's out of respect for, the obvious respect for our backers, we don't dox people, we don't talk about that stuff. So let's just say there's about a 30 backer discrepancy between what you see listed and the actual amount of people that had backed. Some of that is actually some people are just upgrading Mark Anthony, upgrading certain tiers. And anyway, I just wanted to figure out a more equitable way to do things. So, me and Zombie Kebab had bounced things off and try to figure out what's going on, and how the best way to proceed with it, because I don't want to punish you guys for somebody's gaming of the system, and at the same time try to figure it out. So if you want your sketch, you can let me know. I mean, if you want it shipped, we're doing a She-Ra. I'm going to look at her costume. I have a general idea. Usually I've drawn her enough where I can remember how her costume looks. I know there's these little wingtip things on the side of her blouse or whatever it is. But I just want to look up everything to make sure I get the costume right. But yeah, But yeah, there's about, if you see the backer number, there's about a 30 backer discrepancy in what you actually see of the amount of backers versus what I'm actually there. So we're at 25,638. Yes, thank you, Gotham Knight. You're the man. Mark Anthony, you picked up another backer. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. Really, I appreciate you because there's a lot of people playing games. Had a couple people follow me around to streams and kind of start stuff with me on my first couple of guest streams. I've never, had to deal with something like that. So I hope I handled it pretty well anyway. So right now, while you don't see me drawing, I'm actually looking up a little bit of reference for Shiva. Not a big deal, but just enough to make sure I get everything right. All right, let's see. I'm looking up Shira. Yeah, we were playing. If you hadn't checked it out, we were goofing around. I owed somebody some guitar playing earlier on the previous stream before we started this, and I am rusty, incredibly rusty at the moment. But that's what you got. I'm a big fan of guitar players like Slash, Zakk Wylde, guys from Metallica, both James and Kirk. I'm also a big fan of different styles, like I can go and listen to, I don't know, Johnny Cash. I can listen to Steve Earle, a lot of Steve Earle's bluegrass stuff. Let me see. I listen to Sheryl Crow. I know she's gotten a little loony in her later years, but she's a favorite musician of mine. Also listen to Pretty Reckless as far as modern bands go. Big fan of Corrosion of Conformity, Guar. Man, I'll bounce around. I listen to B.B. King. Well, I also listen to Alter Bridge, also Creed, if it's Creed or Alter Bridge, because Mark Tremonti's a badass guitar player. I was a big fan of the John Bush era of Anthrax. I can always listen to him. Excuse me. I'm a big fan of Guns N' Roses, or at least I used to be a big fan of Guns N' Roses until right around 1995, 96 when Axl kicked out everybody. So I think Axl's like one of the biggest douches to ever walk on the face of the earth. So it kind of destroyed my it destroyed my love of Guns N' Roses. I used to be a huge Guns N' Roses fan. Trying to think of the other bands that I'll listen to. Let me see. Nightwish, Lacuna Coil. I haven't. There's a period of music that I still have to work to get out. Like a lot of the death metal stuff. I'm not saying that they are. I'm just, as a general description, you might. I'm not sure exactly what you call them, depending on the style. But I'm not a huge fan of a lot of anything that kind of approaches death metal. But there are a few people there. There's a band called The Showdown that I really enjoy, and I think they broke up, or they might be on hiatus. So there's lots of modern bands I can get into, but I have to look around. Like Avenged Sevenfold, I can listen to some of their stuff, and then some of it I just want to scream, not in a good way. It depends. It really depends. Like it depends on the tune, whether or not I hear, everybody's got their own thing. I'm open to a lot of bands, but there's got to be some. What's the best way to say it? There's got to be some more melodic kind of, a lot of it depends on the singer or the guitar style. Like I'll listen to Guar, and if you know who Guar is, man, They were hardcore because they were a local band when I was growing up because I was from the Richmond, Virginia area, and that's where they were from. Um, and they had some pretty, pretty crazy, wild stuff. And part of it's done for humor. I think people may not get that, or hopefully they do get it. Um, but their actual musical skill, man, they're pretty badass. Drummers are good. I liked when Mike Dirks was a member of the band. Um, I think he left. Um, Lead singer Odorous Urungus, he passed away a couple of years ago, a few years ago. Dave Brocky, I think, is his name. Um, let's see. Trusty Sidekick 406. Holy crap, man. Dude, thank you. And, I know we don't get a chance to see each other much at the cons, but, any time I would do a sketch like this, between buds, so, but thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you backing the book, dude. That's a big thing for me to have friends, close friends, friends that are at the shows, my artist buds want to back the book. So that's really cool. Yes, Mark Anthony says, for everyone that's here, please share the stream on Twitter and Facebook and Reddit and MySpace if you still have that. I forget, do you need to see a receipt of my backing? No, I just need to know your backing number, and I can look that up, Gotham Knight, so don't worry about it. It is all good, dude. As far as addresses, like if you prefer me to ship the artwork to you now, that'll be one thing. I can put my email in the description or in the chat, so it'll be fine. Anyway, trusty sidekick. I wanted it back sooner, but dude, I understand, man. And that here's part of that decision. I'll go back there. I know some of you guys have heard this. If you listen to Friday Night Auctions or Drawn and Quarter, you probably hear me say the same thing. Mike and everybody was pushing me to wait and would just wait until next year when things get better. And what had happened was, before this really hit, I was planning on launching in February, and then I knew that Ethan was going to be launching. There was a lot of people launching new campaigns right around that time. And so I figured I was going to get lost. So I postponed it. I told everybody February. Then I postponed it to March, late March, or mid-March or something. And then the virus stuff hit, and then it was a serious thing where everybody was saying, hey, just wait until next year. And then I started to hear reports that this quarantine stuff might last into next year because they won't have, vaccines ready until later and things like that. So it may last. So I was left with a decision to make, which was, do I go ahead and do this? We do a lot of this stuff from home anyway, so it's not a big deal. But, with the economy being hit and, do I try to launch against these heavy hitters, then have the virus? Do I postpone it because they were told, they were saying, hey, maybe it will go well into next year. And if it goes into next year, then guess what? I will have to wait a whole another year or more before it's feasibly smart to try to do this. And I had told everybody, and I said, hey, and a lot of you guys out there, especially you guys in the chat, I'm sure would have said, hey, Kev, we understand your choice and everything's good. And that's fine. But the problem I was having was I had pushed everybody off and told them, to check this out. And I just kept pushing and delaying everything off. I just thought maybe I'd end up, dissuading the backers or making them mad because I just couldn't pull the trigger on getting it out there, And with other creators going ahead and putting it out there, I had to weigh whether or not I was being selfish, whether it was smart. I mean, these things weighed on me every day. I may not have told everybody that, but that was one of the big things, you know. So I decided, I was like, I don't want to push people off. If I don't do, you know, if I don't do well and I don't fund it, fine. You know, that being said, whatever. But I'd rather have, you know, gotten it started and seeing um, where the chips lie, you know, and see how it all shakes out, you know. So that's what happens, and that's the story of why I chose to do it the way I did it, you know. Um, so the first sketch tonight will be of She-Ra, and then I'm interested in seeing what Trusty Sidekick thinks about it. Yeah, exactly. Mark Anthony. Also, if you do, yeah, I was thinking about. So there's been some demand from some people. A lot of people that do commissions with me and things like that, and also other people that have asked for a black and white sketch edition, or basically printing the pencils. And not every page, all the pencils are there, because I know some of them I started inking and then just kind of went with it on some of the pages. But a good chunk of the pages will be scanned pencils. I'll have those as files. So what I'm going to do is a black and white version later as a separate campaign. And, you know, that's, you know, there's not a lot of production costs involved in that other than the printing, because we'll have all the letters and everything else. So that's going to be another thing. You can get a kind of a, you know, black and white edition of the book. Especially artist friends love seeing that stuff. Fans of the comic art in general love seeing that stuff. So anyway, looking at She-Ra real quick. Making sure I get all my reference down. I thought she had an armband or something, but I'm absolutely wrong. She has bracers, but she does not have an armband. Okay. Get in there. So our first sketch of the night is She-Ra. Then we're gonna see what Trusty Sidekicks. I'm a huge fan of Zatanna. Oh, awesome, dude. And Jeremiah Jones says, "Someone say sketch cover." Yes, exactly. Yeah, we were thinking about doing a sketch. Well, it's actually one of the stretch goals. We're thinking we're going to have one of the higher sketch goals, but one of the stretch goals would be like a sketch cover or a sketch cover variant of the book. And luckily, we got a few American publishers or printers, not publishers, but printers that we've gotten a hold of that are giving us some pretty good rates. And I think that helps. I know it's helping Mike get his book out now. He doesn't have to wait on Transcontinental. And I think he and I had similar contacts. I'd sussed out a couple of people that live nearby based on advice from Doug Knaple. I checked out people that he knew, and they were giving me some good prices, better than like Mixum and stuff like that in the UK. And I didn't want to go with Chinese. I would prefer to do American printers if I could, instead of something overseas or Canada. Buy American, damn it. Um, Alrighty. And so here we are. And I thank you, everybody that's backing us. Thank you. Just if you're tuning in, we have 14 people in, 11 likes. If you're tuning in, basically, here's the deal. In the description, And also sometimes in the chat is a link for DragonGuard, which is my book, fantasy book on Indiegogo. And what I'm trying to do is, what we're doing tonight is you'll be getting a free sketch if you go back the book during the stream. If you back the book during the stream, you will get, you can come in here, drop your backer number. You'll get that in your emails. You should be getting a backer number. Like right now, you should be in the 400s. It should give you like 400 and so. Junkyard Dunn's here. Hey, man. Johnny Fitz. Yes. Hey, thank you. Johnny Fitz. Yes. Doing well. Gotham Knight, I don't think I've ever drawn Shiva, not in the past, and that I can think of. I've done some Orco sculpture, Tor, Merman, most recent over the last couple of years. Yeah, man. I like her, and I don't get enough occasion to draw She-Ra, and I like my favorite of the series or from the He-Man universe is the Sorceress. I love the whole Falcon aesthetic or whatever to her costume, and I think it's a really, really cool design. Let me see if I can. All right. Almost got a Sarah Michelle Gellar look to my She-Ra's face for some reason. I don't know where it came from, but there we go. Okay. And I'll get in here and start inking away. Junkyard Dunn. And Junkyard Dunn, I got your sketch too. Both you and Jeremiah Jones and Mark Anthony. I'm going to get you guys more stuff out ASAP. Just bear with me. The campaign thing's been surprisingly active, and it takes a little bit out of you trying to promote this thing, trying to find other people's channels to go on, and trying to get the promotion machine going, doing these free sketches for backers and things like that. Okay. Oh, Lordy. Oh, thank you, Junkyard Dunn. You're the man. Mark Anthony says, doing great, especially after Boomer, the musical, featuring musical stylings of Kevin Sharp. Yeah, thank you, buddy. You guys have been very kind. Captain Hiltz is the man. He's in here. What's going on, Captain Hiltz? We're doing another free sketches for backers evening. We got 15 people watching and 12 people with the thumbs up, and you guys can thumb up and like and share and all that good stuff. And if you're watching, again, I'll say it one more time before I drive people crazy, but look in the description or in the chat. There might be links, and go check out my book, DragonGuard. It's a fantasy book, fantasy comic. If you dig 80s cartoons and things like that, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons, He-Man, Thundercats, Visionaries, things like that, or if you like comics like Battle Chasers, I'm doing a 80s cartoon themed kind of book called DragonGuard, and it's just stuff that plays to my artistic strengths. And if you go check that out on Indiegogo, look at it, and if you back it, come back here, put your backer number, because you'll get an email with the backer number in it, and drop it into the chat. I'll verify, and then you get to choose any character you want. One character, not multiples, but one character. And I'll do a head and bust sketch of any character you want. So right now I'm doing She-Ra, and then I think for Mr. Trusty Sidekick I'll be doing Zatanna, and then also I think I got another backer. I'm trying to remember. So we might be up to 3. So whoever was the other backer, just let me know. It's mod-tastic tonight, man. I've made several people mods, so you have the power. The only person I don't see is Mecha McCheese. I don't know what he's up to this evening, but he's more than welcome to jump in. Oh yeah, that's another person I got to mail something out to. I really want to get that up too because he was really excited about his Mayor McCheese DragonGuard character. So I want to get that out to him ASAP too. So here we can get a look at my version of She-Ra as I'm drawing it. Humphrey Bear's here. Hey. Grit and Guts. Hey, cool, man. A bunch of people jumping in. Gotham Knight says, do you like Too Bad, Humphrey Bear? Okay. Too Bad's awesome character. Yeah. Humphrey Bear, let's see, is a 2-headed troll. Did I miss something? Humphrey Bear, did you get it? Did you back at tonight as well? I don't know. I'm just a little lost in the in the chat. So let me know. Yeah, Zombie Kebab deals with a lot of the customers and things like that. Straightforward with her job as well, and so she gets to deal with a lot of angry people. And for her type of job, I won't get into it too much, but there's a lot of stigma to it, and people come in with bad attitudes and short tempers and things like that, and they're already ready to start something. So sometimes you get good people, sometimes you get bad people. Okay, the 2-headed troll, but yeah, I'm not sure where the discussion went to, but you guaranteed I can draw something like that. Don't worry. So if that's what you're asking, I can do it. Let's see if I can get that. She-Ra's got to be strong, but she's got to be, pretty or sexy, whatever you want to say. But I'd say more, pretty than sexy is kind of her demeanor, anyway. Try to avoid going too much to making her look like a angry lady. But for some reason, mine reminds me of Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I do not know why. A lot of these things pop out of your pen or pencil, and you can't even understand why things look that way. You just kind of just go with it. I have pins that are not the right sizes I'm looking for. Here we go. Blacklist Universe. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Yeah, Kevin Sharp, you have a request from Blake C. Bueller. Oh, okay. Hey, Kevin, you want to jump on my channel for a drawing stream? Oh, okay, cool. We're doing we're doing sketches for backers. So what I will do is let's see. we can bring that over to Mike's stream. Does everybody in the chat want to go over to Mike's for a little while? Oh yeah, I know the Bueller thing. I got you. Okay, Johnny Fitz says, okay, everyone, take care. Hey, Johnny Fitz, thank you for coming into the chat, dude, and checking out the stream and all. I'm glad you hung out, man. Feel free, come back anytime. Anytime that I can get on here and schedule it. I know I have no StreamYard. I got to work on that. So, Mike, do you want to have me on? I'll. Trusty Sidekick says, if we have to. Yeah. I tell you what, we'll go over to Mike's. Let's go over to Mike's stream. Mike, if you want to send me a link either in StreamYard or whatever it is that you're using, if it's Hangouts, whatever, and we'll come on over there. And Zombie Kebab, I'll let you know. I'll go over there. Jeremiah Jones said, yeah, we'll go over there, but no singing, Mike. Zombie Kebab, can I sing? Unless Eden is singing, then it's okay. Yeah. Eden's got a lovely voice too. Okay. So who is, I'm trying to remember the name again. I'm sorry about Gotham Knight. Yeah. Gotham Knight, dude, I'm going to jump over to Mike's stream. I figured it'll be a good kind of meshing of the streams here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Mike's stream on Blacklist Universe. If you guys know how to get there. And I will start drawing over there. And everybody keep your backer numbers together. I know we've got, after this, Trusty Sidekick, I'll get to your Zatanna. Try to remember that. If you can, just remind me. I tell you what, instead of reminding me, I will, sorry about this for a second there. I will write this down. Trusty Sidekick. I won't write your real name. So anyway, Zatanna. Boom. There we go. So I know that. So anyway, we're gonna shut this down for right now, and then we're gonna run over to Mike's and jump in. Crossing the streams. Exactly. There you go. Blacklist Universe. Woohoo! There's the link in the description. Go over and check it out, okay? Or link in the chat. I mean, so Mark Anthony is dropping it in here. And Captain Hiltz and everybody saying promote. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into Twitter, Mike. If you can shoot that to me on Twitter, makes it easier. And I'll see you guys there. All right, Juan Del Diablo, Mark Anthony. All right, everybody. Thank you. Follow us over to Blacklist Universe. And I'll give you a couple of seconds for Grayson to hit that link, so you have time to hit the link. So everybody watching, hit the link in the chat. And good night.